The first report of the year in Chartwell's Customer Program Service is Load Control Programs for Residential Customers 2012. The report, which focuses on the various programs and incentives offered by utilities to bolster load management efforts, was authored by Dennis Smith, Chartwell's Vice President. Dennis, based on your research, can you provide a little insight on the balance between the more traditional programs offered by utilities as compared to some of the more cutting-edge efforts offered today?
This report really focuses on load control programs when we think of things such as cycling air conditioners or cycling other appliances. Some of the more cutting-edge programs you talk about would be two-way communications with the customer, typically where the utility is coming in and probably adjusting the thermostat on our customers, adjusting the thermostat for a customer's air conditioner or some other, coming in and being able to control some other appliance. The load control programs that we've focused on mostly for this report revolve around the more traditional load control efforts. In air conditioner cycling is the #1 most popular program, and about 38% of the respondents we talked to among 70+ utilities are offering air conditioner cycling.
What types of incentives are utilities offering to increase customer participation in load control programs?
Incentives for these programs really run the gamut. We've seen anything through our surveys with utilities of just a few dollars per year for customers to take part in those, to offering free programmable thermostats with some of the more modern programs, and even installation of those thermostats. We've also seen things like maybe iPod giveaways or appliance giveaways for customers who maybe are entered into a drawing, those sorts of things. But typically it's around $25 enrollment reimbursement, and then some form of a payment or an incentive during each event.
How can effective marketing make a difference in customer adoption?
Well, it's clear that effective marketing campaigns will increase customer adoption and enrollments in these programs, from good customer segmentation to creative advertising strategies. Generally, we see higher participation among utilities that have done well. For example, in the report, we hold out Toronto Hydro as an example of a utility that had a really clever marketing campaign. About 3 or 4 years ago in the summer, they actually had a mock fashion show where customers folks went on and they showed people how to dress a little more comfortably when in cycling their air conditioners, and they had a lot of fun with that, and they had a lot of good participation.
And what are some other keys to load control program success?
Utilities have to take a number of things into consideration when launching these programs. From addressing customer perceptions, it's the simple question many customers have: why does the utility want me to use less of their product? So you've got to educate customers. There are other perceptions around new utility technologies and the whole Big Brother fears, if you will, that utilities need to take into consideration. Again, we talked about marketing, spreading the word with good customer incentives and creative campaigns is something that utilities should really pay attention to. And then finally, I think once you have a successful program, you want to communicate well with the customers, especially during events when you have to begin cycling their air conditioners or other appliances, because it's important that customers kind of know what's going on.
The Load Control Programs for Residential Customers 2012 report is now available for download by Chartwell members on the Energy Library. The link to download the report is below, as is information for those utilities that would like to inquire about Chartwell membership.